I was raised in a Christian family, and by the time I was able to, I understood what it meant to be a true believer and a disciple of God. It was a normal church Sunday with my family when I was 9 years old. During our communion, everyone would sit down and pray to God silently, and then you could eventually stand up to worship. And I felt this overwhelming stirring inside myself that I needed to stand right then and there, and I did. I didn't need any reassurance, and it was just a wonderful experience because that was when I truly felt the presence of God with me and Him telling me that no matter how old you are, you can still follow what God has called you to do. The Lord has worked out assurance for me because it's easy to wonder, where is God in the hard times? And I personally struggle with this, but growing in my faith, I've come to realize that God has a master plan for my life and He will take care of me. Attending a public school all my life, I've been introduced to countless secular ideas and beliefs like drinking and partying, really anything, you name it, especially through my friends. So, as a high schooler, the desire to fit in through sexual immorality and drinking is extremely high, and I've had to face that since my freshman year when my friends chose that route. I'm proud to say that by the grace of God, I overcame all the obstacles laid before me because I walked a different path than my friends, so yeah. One major event that's molded and shaped my life and faith is I feel I encountered an angel of the Lord on a hurricane night in Florida. There was a tall, white, glowing figure who walked straight across the window I was looking out of until they turned the corner, and no one in my family had seen it except for me. And then the next day, all of our neighbors' houses had some form of damage done to them, and ours was the only house that didn't. There was not one shutter out of place, and so I feel that was an angel watching over and protecting our house. Personally, I have never had any traumatic events happen in my life, and I've never involved myself with any form of sexual immorality. I am from Woodland Park, and I am 18 years old. I first heard of DLA after my first Desperation Conference in 2009, and also from my sister who is attending it this year. I have a passion for history as I would like to become a historian one day. And then one desire I feel placed on my heart is that I would love to become an encouraging speaker to non-believers and believers, whether it's one-on-one or to the masses. And some women who have inspired me to do this is Christine Kane and Sheila Walsh, and they've helped me to understand what it means to teach and to spread evangelism. I encourage and uplift people in troubling and joyous times, and I love to make people laugh and smile, and I love to see the best in everybody. I can be a people pleaser, and sometimes I care too much about what other people think about me rather than what I believe and what God thinks of me. Some of my hobbies consist of that I am a huge nerd when it comes to reading and writing, especially if it involves J.R.R. Tolkien, The Lord of the Rings, or Star Trek. I have been playing softball throughout my high school years, and honestly, I just love spending time with my family and friends at my house or out places. I've grown up in the faith my whole life, and I fully accepted Christ and was baptized when I was 7 years old. I spend time with God through, of course, prayer time, spending time in the Word, and I also have a few devotionals that I love to read at night. I am learning that no fear of rejection or persecution is stronger than God because He is almighty and far more powerful than any of my fears. I want to be a part of DLA because after spending my whole life in public school surrounded by secular ideas and people, I just really want to immerse myself in God and find out who I am in Him and surround myself with fellow believing friends in a faithful environment. The expectations I have for DLA is that I will come out a stronger believer than I was going in, and that I will have the tools to be able to spread the Word of God to humanity.